And now for some management tips and tech tips for Curipod. The first tip is when you're done creating something or editing something that AI created for you, use the Preview Lesson button. Using the Preview Lesson button while planning or creating gives you the opportunity to see how it looks from the student side, and it gives you the chance to notice many things that you might want to change before you do it live with students. Such as, you might notice that the time limit for an activity slide is set to 5 minutes, which is way too long for what you need for your pacing. Or you might notice that an activity slide is set to have students vote after the activity is complete. Sometimes voting is great for increasing engagement or using it as a gallery walk style activity. Other times it's time consuming, or it has the potential to derail the focus or the pacing of your lesson, so you might want to turn it off. Another thing you can notice in preview mode is if you use a drawing activity and you choose to put a background image for students to draw on. When you're in preview mode, you can check the placing of that image and see how it'll look from the student side. Sometimes the image is placed out of student view and they have to scroll around to find it, which causes a little bit of chaos. So if you can notice in preview mode that that's not going in the right spot, you can fix it before you do it live with your students. All right, it's your turn to check out the preview mode. Go to the lesson you created in Curipod and click the Preview Lesson button. There's 2 screenshots below where you can see how to do that. On the left side, you see that you first need to go into the lesson and click the Start button. You can click the down arrow and click on Preview Lesson. Or on the right side, if you're already in the edit mode of your lesson, there's a preview button up top. Once you do that, your screen will be split into student view on the left and teacher view on the right. On the left, as a student, go ahead and type in the join code and type your name and click join. And then on the right, as a teacher, you'll click in the bottom right corner the Start Lesson button, and you'll be able to go through. Actually go through it as a student instead of just clicking once or skipping this step. Doing it will help you notice the things I mentioned above and help you remember this when you try it with your class after a long, relaxing summer. If you need any help on how to run the lesson as a teacher, you can go back in our prior modules. There's a module about how to run a lesson as a teacher. Go ahead, pause the video now, and go try this preview mode. Keep this tab open and come back here when you're done. Welcome back. Remember, the question board is in modules, or you can email me directly if you get stuck on anything. All right, our second Curipod management tip is on getting students into your lesson. The quickest way to get students to join your Curipod in class is to copy the direct link that is a unique location, and then to use Aristotle to immediately open that tab for all logged in students in your class. This saves time and decreases off-task behavior while waiting for other students to get to the website and join, therefore keeping your class more focused. If you're not yet confident using Aristotle, reach out to your campus ITS. Aristotle is amazing for managing classroom devices, and we're happy to come in even several times to help you get confident. While we can't practice the Aristotle part of this tip right now, we can practice copying the unique direct link. For this one, you're going to copy that link and paste it in a specific location for this module in your companion document. To get that unique link, look in the screenshot below where the red arrow is pointing. You will click those little dots, those little squares right there, and it will take your direct link. And then you're going to click on the tab up top that has a blue image next to it. That is your companion document, and you'll find the box that it asks for you to paste this direct link. If you're not sure how to get to the screen that looks like the screenshot right now with those little boxes to click on, you can go back into the preview mode like you did in the last slide. And once you go into preview mode, you will see where this red arrow is pointing. Go ahead and hit pause and go get your unique link now and paste it in the appropriate spot on your companion document, and then come back here. Two more tips for you. The third tip is to require students to use their real name when they're typing in your Curipod every time. Always remind students of this. Without this piece, when you go to the My Reports to see your students' work and to use that information to tailor your instruction, to plan your reteach or extension, you'll end up with data that you can't use. Curipod does not collect their name for you. It only collects what students type in. And then it gives them that anonymous name, so if you share their work in class or have students vote during a lesson, everything remains anonymous. But when you go to see your data, you need to know which student did what, and you will see what name the students typed in. If you look at the screenshot on the page with the red arrow and the red box, you can see where students typed in their name from a real class session. So make sure you pre-teach students to use their real name. And the fourth tech tip and final tech tip for you for this section is if you run out of class time, make sure you still end the lesson and you don't just click the X at the top to close it. You may have to use the continue slide button to make it all the way through the lesson before that end lesson will pop up. I learned this one myself during a lesson I was giving with students. I ran out of time. I just clicked the X, and then when next period came in for me to run my lesson with them, I restarted it, and all the activities that I had done with the prior class were already done, and it wouldn't let me send them out to the students that were actively in my classroom for that second period class, all because I had failed to end the lesson. So make sure if you run out of time, it's no big deal in class, just click the arrow. If you have to run activities that you're not doing, just run them and end them right away, but always make sure you click on this End Lesson button.